Well, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we just want to take this time to thank all of you who have joined us over on our Patreon over these last few weeks. The money that we have made there has really helped not only support the efforts of the podcast, but our charitable donations as well, which is why I'm saying this now. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone who has helped by donating their time, their money, and their resources. I personally want to thank Bob Schmidt, Karen Blackthorne, and Jeffrey Eppen for their monetary donations. And if it wasn't for you guys, this news that I'm about to share would not have been. I'm sorry, I'm getting choked up. Would not have been possible. The news, this effort, this movement, whatever you want to call it, this would not have been possible without you guys, okay? The people of Ukraine need every ounce of help that they can get. Now, just last weekend, Kodak and I were there. We flew in a private jet with Lex Freeman and Tim Dillon and that weird kid who does Tim's show with him. And we went to the Ukraine and we talked a lot. We talked to a lot of people. And I mean, we were up we were up at 5 a.m. some days, and we were just down on the streets helping any way we could, talking to the people there for hours and hours and hours. And we saw the president stop by. They were doing some sort of photo shoot for like Sports Illustrated or something. The first lady, I mean, she was just looking. Oh man, she's adorable, isn't she? She was posing and standing in front of a bus explosion. Beautiful backdrop. And I mean, you know. This is what's crazy about what the president and his wife have done. Like the Vogue article, whatever magazine they just did, they'll be on the screen. Whatever they just did, it's like they know their country is shit and that Putin's just not going to stop bombing them, okay? And like he's not going to stop sending troops in, and that's the plan, by the way. Right now, nothing's kind of not happening right now. The tanks can't really function, okay? The tanks are stuck because the ground in the Ukraine, they don't have paved roads over there. So the ground in the Ukraine, the people on the ground there, they said, and they agreed pretty much unanimously, all of them, didn't they? It was a unanimous decision, and we were honestly shocked. They all agreed that the one thing that would make all of the pain, the suffering, the bombs, the thought of death every minute, the homelessness, billions of dollars from the United States, all of the hurt, all of it will go away if they could just get a fucking McDonald's open. If they could all they need right now is a fucking Big Mac meal with extra Big Mac sauce, please. Don't forget that shit. Extra Big Mac sauce and some fries and that spicy fucking crisp Coca-Cola, please. Like, do we have an ETA on the McDonald's opening up again in the Ukraine? Do we have something? Here it is. Here we go. McDonald's will start reopening restaurants in the Ukraine in the coming months. Thank God, thank God, thank God. A symbol of the war-torn country's return to a sense of normalcy. And you know what? That's what I'm talking about. When the McDonald's start to reopen, that's when people start getting things back to normal. We start going back to work, and we stop worrying about the incoming missiles on our apartment buildings. You know what I mean? That's it. A symbol of the war-torn country's return to some sense of normalcy, and a show of support after the American fast food chain pulled out of Russia. The burger giant closed its Ukraine restaurants after Russia's invasions nearly 6 months after, and has continued to pay more than 10,000 McDonald's employees in the country. Well, thank God for that too. You know what I mean? Thank God McDonald's has used just a fraction of their billions of dollars in cash to not only fix the ice cream machines over in the Ukraine, but continue to pay their employees while they're being bombed driving to work to get paid $10 an hour. We've spoken extensively to our employees who have expressed a strong desire to return to work and see our restaurants in the Ukraine reopen. Paul Pomeroy, Corporate Senior Vice President of International Operation Markets, said in a message to employees, in recent months, the belief that this would support a small but important sense of normalcy has grown stronger. McDonald's has 109 restaurants in the Ukraine, but didn't say Thursday how many would reopen. Blah, 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 blah. Over the next few months, they're going to launch safety procedures because guess what? We're still at war. So we got to be safe when slinging McDoubles and chickens. You know what I mean? Well, good. And I mean, so we've been in touch with some of the local McDonald's chains here in our town, and we are doing everything we can here at the Wad Pod to help our friends over in the Ukraine get back to work and back to eating McDonald's as soon as possible. You know what I mean? Lord help us all. Maybe the Bored Ape Yacht Club can send over some NFTs to the people of the Ukraine to better help boost their economy, because there's nothing more that would help them than probably $100,000 picture of an ape, right?